Okay, we live? Did that work? Let's see. Hello, hello? Hey, we're live! Hey everyone, this is Glitcherfees, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program! So, let's go ahead and get back into our save here. Back into Glitcherfees Aerospace. The plan for today is to continue on the road to Duna. We're going to take some contracts around the Mun and Minmus, and we have some bigger fuel tanks now, so this should go fairly well. Hopefully. Awkward silence as the game loads. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's go into mission control and let's see what contracts we've got. So, we've got bring Munstone back with you. So, ASET Consolidated has been working long and hard on practical applications of various materials. We want a real sample of Munstone to do various tests on. We know this is a tall order, but bring one back for us. You'll need to have someone pick one up and bring it here. Find a Munstone, have a Kerbal pick it up and return it to Kerbin. We suspect you can find one of these in the Southwest Crater, Canyons, or Highlands biomes. And that's a 10-year mission. It expires in a day. Alright, well, before we do that, what is Explore the Mun? While working late nights, the scientists at Kerbin World First's record-keeping society have made a startling discovery. To test out some of our more advanced theories, we need more debris in low orbit. So this is where you come in. We've become debris, as far as this company is concerned, and this society. In the grand scheme of things, we know very little about the Mun. Let's see if we can explore it a bit farther. We'd like you to go to the Mun and stay there in a nice, stable orbit. It isn't personal, it's science. Orbit the Mun. Alright, yeah, we'll take that. Bring Munstone back with you. ASET Consolidated. So I think we might be able to... Southwest Crater, Canyons, or Highlands biomes. I don't really know where those biomes are on the Mun, but sure, we'll go ahead and accept that contract. Science data from the surface of the Mun as well. We want you to send us science data from the surface of the Mun. Another 10-year mission. Transmit or recover scientific data from the surface of the Mun. If we're landing anyway, we might as well do that. Temperature surveys of the Mun. We want to confirm some theories about temperature fluctuations on the Mun. Head there and take a few measurements. In space height above 8,600 meters. Oh, these are all above. Alright, let's not do that. Observational surveys. So the problem with these is, if they're far apart, we're going to need to run. Because I don't really have wheels that I trust landing on the Mun. Although, test LY-10 small landing gear on an escape trajectory out of the Mun. No, we're going to leave it for now. Let's see. Ferry 6 Taurus safely to their destination back. What is their destination? Suborbital spaceflight. Oh, they want to go to orbit. Oh, they just want to go to orbit? Yeah, they just want to go to orbit. Okay. Okay, so any passengers that are rendered unconscious due to G-forces will fail to pay their itineraries. Fair enough. Gemvi Kettled, Debfrid, Alkin, Paffrey, and Lismond. How am I going to get 6 Kerbals into space, though? And there needs to be at least a pilot aboard. Alright, so let's not do that for right now. What's this? Haul AEFF-1 Airstream Protective Shell into an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. While cleaning up after an unintended ignition, one of the overworked teams at Floyd Dynamics Research labs raise an interesting question. The manual clearly states that the AEFF1 Airstream Protective Shell is the best in its class. To avoid legal complications, we're going to need proof to justify our claims, so we need a few simple test runs for us. A few simple tests to run for us. We want you to haul the AEFF1 Airstream Protective Shell, 1.25 meters, into an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. Prestige is significant. Expires in an hour 45 minutes. It's a 1-year mission. Alright. Maybe we should do this one first. Let's do this one first. Because we can launch a probe core out of Kerbin. Yeah, alright. Focused observation, focused temperature survey of Minmus, rather. But hang on, I just realized we could get these in orbit because it doesn't say that there's a maximum altitude. So let's accept this contract, because if we can get into a not equatorial orbit, if we can get into like a tilted orbit around the Mon. Yeah, alright, so let's take that one as well. Alright. Now. Yeah, leave the facility. And first things first, let's deal with the fairing contract. You guys are so quiet. Okay. This has built-in battery, should keep it going for about 10 minutes. Alright, what do I have as far as electrical generation? I don't. Can I get anything as far as electrical generation? Loading screens. Alright, yeah, research and development. Electrics. Electrics is 90. Does this give me... Yeah, it would give me solar panels. Oh, I should have gotten that. Oh, instead I got fuel. Alright, so we've got bigger fuel tanks. Okay. Does the Steputnik have, does it have unmanned probe control? Like, can we properly use SAS? Command unmanned, remote pilot assist, hibernation mode. Cannot transmit science. It doesn't look like it has any SAS. Alright. We come into command and control. We could give it an advanced inline stabilizer. Or a small reaction wheel. Alright, well, let's go ahead and use it, I guess. Oh, we've got... Oh, we could start building a station in orbit. That's fun. Let's not get sidetracked. Because I will very easily get sidetracked. Give it a reaction wheel. Ah. Interesting. Okay, this gives 5, which I think for something this size should be okay. For communication, it says can't transmit data, but do you know, just to be on the safe side, let's try this. So we're gonna make it properly look like Sputnik. Well, sort of like Sputnik. Sputnik was a bit more. Sputnik was actually just kind of a ball. We've obviously got this little bit on this, but let's try that. Can this transmit from a high Kerbin orbit? It should be able to transmit from high Kerbin orbit, right? I think so. And then where's the arrow shell? Is this it? AEFF1. Yep. Alright. So we just put this underneath. There we go. And then we just need a rocket that is able to get this out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So That should be fairly easy, I think. Let's rely on the swivel engine, I think. Oh, we do have a docking port as well. That's way too big. Also too big. There we go. Okay, so that gives us 3 kilometers per second of delta V. You know, let's go with another identical stage to the... Actually, yeah, literally just that again. And then this. Okay. Why is it not... Do I have that the right way around? So engine fires, decoupler, engine fires, and then that engine. Decoupler, yeah. Decoupler, that engine. Okay. 3,000... Oh, so let's see, our first stage has 1,400 meters per second. Where was I going earlier to check? Oh, here. So this is at sea level. Let's set the altitude to maybe like 12 kilometers. 4,700 meters per second. That's probably enough, but let's just over-engineer this to be on the safe side. So let's get some radial decouplers on this. I don't think we're gonna need 4, probably just 2. And we'll go with a stupid efficient first stage, like so. Obviously we don't need these anymore. I'll set these up. I want them in line with that. That works. And then we want nose cones on these. I guess black is fine. Can we make them? Yeah, there we go. And then we also are going to want some, yep, we're going to want some struts, so let's get these on. Good. And we want a fuel line running from here to here. Alright. And we don't want those firing first. Here we go. Alright. This rocket should be more than capable of getting on an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. Right? Better yet, it shouldn't need to do anything but point prograde. Also, because I don't trust the electric charge, let's get, let's just put some more batteries. Just like so. And then I guess just clip them in a little bit. Yeah. Alright, so we'll try that. Yeah? USC, bye-bye. I do actually have launch clamps, so we'll go ahead and put some of these on as well. Good. And we'll release the clamps after the engines fire. That removes a little bit of the efficiency, but it allows them to ramp up to thrust first, so that should be fine. And yeah, I guess let's go with that. That should be good. So let's get the USC bye-bye on the launch pad. And literally the plan is just to throw this off Kerbin The rocket doesn't cost too much, so costs 17,500, so we should be fine. Give me just a second here. Alright, we have the rocket on the pad. Go ahead, and we have no SAS modules and no pilots aboard. Can we... Okay, so we do have control over this. I'm not happy about it. Actually, check the engines, make sure they're... Okay. I'm going to... Their gimbal is free and they're not doing anything. I guess we'll try to fly without SAS. We'll see how this goes. We can always revert the flight if we need to, so... Ignition, and liftoff. That's a pretty cool shot. Okay, flying without SAS is painful. In fact, we just do this. We're tipping way farther over than I'd like to be this low in the atmosphere. Alright, no, let's not do that. Alright. I apologize for the lack of talking, but I am finding that I need to focus a lot more than I usually do. Because, yeah. Oh, we're supersonic and we're pointed, like, straight up. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. Alright. Alright, we're about to flame out on the boosters. There we go, flame out. Separate those. And we... Okay, we still have control, we still have control. Just about. But it counts. Oh my god, this is not fun. This is painful to fly. But, we are doing it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's burn. Nope, 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 nope. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. Okay, okay. Nope, nope, nope. Stop. Okay. Nope, stop, stop. Okay, this is, a lot more painful than I expected it'd be. Technically speaking, I could have put a Kerbal on this and just, like, dealt with it afterwards. Okay. I'm not touching the keyboard now, and it seems to be stable. So we're gonna... No, no. It's falling again. Okay. Okay, I think we have it. We just need to be very, very careful to make sure that we're actually controlling this thing. Also, I could have put fins on it. That probably would have made it a bit easier to control. But whatever. Our hypothesis is still only 30 kilometers. That's a little bit concerning, actually. So we don't technically have that much delta V in our next stages. Whatever, for right now I'm just glad that we've got enough. I'm just glad that we're generating power so we can actually control it, because to be honest I wasn't sure we'd be able to. SAS would be very nice to have. Alright, nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 stop, you're falling, you're falling. I mean, that's fairly classic for a KSP rocket, right? Falling over, but... that's like old KSP. No. Okay, no, stop. Bad. Stop. Alright, that's 100 kilometers. Oh, we had way more delta V than we actually needed. I'm gonna let it fall here. Okay, we are using 0.03 electric charge. I don't know how often that is or whatever, but... Alright, we're flipping through the atmosphere. I think we're okay, though. There we go. Yeah, that works. I mean, it's not great, but it works. Then our outpost stays around 100. Yeah, okay. And then, okay, we've got 60 meters per second remaining in this stage, and then in the upper stage, we still have 2100 meters per second, which should be more than enough to escape Kerbin. Because we just need to basically just throw this thing out. If we didn't have the Delta V, we could have aimed for a Mun gravity assist, but I don't think we're even going to need to do that. Alright. I forgot that I unlocked maneuver nodes. So we can kind of do this. Okay, how much Delta V is it going to take to get into orbit? Alright. And then to escape Kerbin is going to take 1500. So we've got... Yeah, we've got it. We've got it. There we go. Time warp to the node. Obviously we don't have SAS, but that seems to have killed our drift. I'm hoping. And then all of our engines are mounted directly to the bottom, so it's not like a space shuttle where we'll have like rotational drift we need to compensate for. So this should be fine. I hope. Have AEFF1 Airstream Protective Shell, Kerbin, and Escape Trajectory. So once we get into an Escape Trajectory, that should be contract complete, right? And then we can just go back to the Space Center. I think. I hope. I realize this is a more boring mission because we don't have any Kerbals on board, but it's gonna get us some money, and I want to send Kerbals to the Mun in this one, so that's kind of why. 3, 2, 1, burn. Okay, so that's gonna burn up on Kerbin entry. And then this stage... until we get... Oh, stop. There we go. Okay, is that an escape trajectory? That is an escape trajectory. We're not encountering anything. Alright. So just... pop the fit. Wow. Alright. And yeah, there we go. Complete. Can this do anything? No. Can this do anything? Alright. So, I guess effectively I've just launched debris out of Kerbin. But you know what? That's alright. What orbit is that actually ending up in around the sun, by the way? Just kind of a bad one. Alright, that's fine. So, we'll leave this to escape Kerbin, and let's go back to the Space Center. That should give us some money, because the contract is being completed. I hope. We obviously didn't recover anything, which is fine, I guess. And we're up to 483,000. Is that higher than we had? I don't know. And science is about the same. Alright. Not having electrical generation might actually be an issue. Hello, FSBWV. Well, the ultimate plan is to get to Duna. I just sent something, I actually just sent this rocket out of Kerbin because I had a contract to get the fairing out of Kerbin, and I decided I didn't want to waste a Kerbal for it. Anyway, now the plan is to use one of these to send a Kerbal to the Mun. In fact, actually, yeah, before I do anything, I don't want either of these two, actually. I want Val because Jebediah's already got some space flight experience, and I want Bob because he's a scientist, so he can reset the experiments that we put on this. Other than that, let's put a... what am I looking for? Science. Let's put a Science Junior on the bottom of this, which looks awful, but I think... Can I, like... Actually... Oh, that's... Alright. Never mind then, so I guess it's just gonna look terrible. That kinda sucks. Any mods? Yes, I've got a number of mods installed. I've got the Outer Planets mods. You can see several of them down here. Kerbal Constructs, Extraplanetary Launchpads, these two aren't going to come into effect for a long time. And a lot of visual mods. As far as mods that affect gameplay, I don't think I've got too many. So... I don't think I've got too many. I hope I don't have too many. Okay, okay, these fuel tanks fit on this. Got it. Do I have a heat shield that fits on this? Okay. So without a heat shield, this is gonna be, oh, we can make it white. Okay, I like that. Let's go with that. What was I saying? Capsule always looked terrible. Yeah. Yeah. The Gemini capsule isn't great. Anyway, I guess we'll go with a, we should probably go with a decoupler first. I get so lost in the stage. That's too big. I get so lost in the build menus, even still. Fuel tank. Yes. Do I have monopropellant tanks? Yeah, that's monopropellant. Do I have RCS thrusters? I do. So we should probably use some of this. Do I have any other monopropellant tanks? No. Alright. Oh, what if we... Okay, what engines... What engine am I going to use for this? Probably a Terrier? And then if we go with a compact variant, can I put like 4 of these around it? Yeah, that kind of works, right? How does that look? The search bar can be helpful if you know what you're looking for, but I frequently don't. Ow, that... Is there... So the boat tail just can't have a shroud, huh? Alright, well, turn the shroud off then. I guess I'll connect it Soviet style. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. If we do... Where's struts? Struts are in here. Yeah, and then if we do like 8 of these and just kind of connect them up diagonally like so. And then do the same thing... Oh. Why have only 4 of them? Try it again. Okay, why are you not working? Oh, they want to attach to the... Alright, well we can move these, we only want 4, but we can move them farther in. I'm trying not to clip the engine too much. Yeah, there we go, that works. And then if we take more of these, and kind of put them here, and then just do it like so. And then we've kind of got like a... Oh. Once again that... Oh, because I only did 4. Yeah, there. And then we've got like the lattice interstage that the Soviet rockets would use. So that works. And then... Oh, I didn't check where this thing's center... Alright, we might have to do that again. Because I need to check where the center of mass is on this thing. It's about where I'd have guessed. And then can we get... Yep. 5-way block. Actually, we don't even need a 5-way block, do we? 4-way block would be fine. What's the difference between these? RV105, RV105, RV105A. An angled variant. Oh, is that the only difference? This looks angled as well. Alright, we want angle snap, and we only want 4 of these. And place them on the center of mass, like so. There we go. Then put this here. Hey, we don't have to redo it. Sick. It's also, it's very much not perfect. You know what? It's annoying me. I need to redo it. Because there's actually a way I can redo this, I realize. Alright. So if we do this, and then we want to connect it up here in line with where that is. Except that now breaks for some reason. I see. Okay, I see what's going on. So if we put it like that, we do get 8. And then if we go... I guess if we go from below it up. Just kind of aim to cross it like so. That should give us... Nope. There we go. Alright, still very much not perfect, but it looks a bit more like what I was kind of going for. Also sort by size instead of name sometimes. That's a pretty good idea, actually. That might be worth trying. But for right now, it's fine. Let's go with... I could, technically speaking, now make the rocket bigger. I don't think I see a need to do that. I don't think. Oh, I don't need this anymore. Alright. Engines. We'll go with, do I have any... No, I don't have any engine adapters. Okay. So... Well, can I go with, not 8, obviously, but can I go with, like... If I go with 4 of these, can I then make them compact? That kind of works, right? What's the thrust weight ratio on that? Oh, okay. I don't think we need that. We might only need the one. One doesn't get us that much. Alright, well, what if we go instead with 2? Like so. That's fine, I guess. I'm realizing now as well, because I don't have any engines that actually fit the size profile of this, none of the decouplers are going to have the proper shroud. That's a stack separator. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? This one. Oh, you know what? No, we are just going to go with one engine. We'll do that. And we'll once again turn, not the gimbal, the shroud off. And I guess we're going to have Soviet-style decouplers all the way down. Which is actually kind of cool, but wasn't the original plan. Alright. So, like, I think like that. And then we just want another one here. And this should go up to... I guess... If it goes to there... Oh, then it's crossing 2, so we just want it to go to like here. KSP laughs in the face of your... I can't read that. Sorry. Your plans. Yeah, it does. Can't plan anything in KSP because KSP will have a vendetta against you. I want to mimic like a kind of NASA-style tracking pattern on the fuel tanks. I don't know if that works. It kind of looks cool though. Then we'll go with a couple pure white. Then maybe... Actually... Maybe that and then a couple of these. And then I think 4 of the swivel engines should be able to... Let's go ahead and get them compact right off the bat. I think 4 swivels should be able to lift this. Have a look. Oh yeah, 1.22, that's pretty good. So that's... Oh, we have way more than enough delta V as well. That's so much delta V. We are actually fine. So, what else do we need? Oh yeah, the plan is actually to land. These landing legs aren't big enough for that, are they? Are they? Ooh, they're very, very close. Do you know what? If I do that and then I just offset them like so. That's fine. Also, let's make them gold. Let's just make it like a... Well, I was gonna say like NASA style, but that is very... That's kind of jarring, isn't it? There we go. We've got a very strange looking rocket. Let's rename it. What should we call this one? Any recommendations? What should we call this rocket? Well, I actually realized I would actually kind of like to send this around both the Mun and Minmus. So, as well as an insane amount of Delta V just in the core stage, let's give it some boosters. Not because it needs them, but because they will shoot the Delta V way, way up unnecessarily, and I think it's hilarious. Your names are always boring. Capsule 1, Orbiter 2. Yeah, I mean, here, if I show you what's in my... I would really like to show you what's in my craft save files, but yeah, I've got, what do I have? I have USC Space Goer, USC Upgoer, USC Upmun. So yeah, my names aren't exactly creative for the rockets either. I mean, if you see my orbiters on my channel, they have names. But this is just a rocket, so... Actually, wait, hang on. Is that gonna be... Oh yeah, that gets it about online. Okay. Do you know what? I've decided what this thing's name is going to be. We'll name it in a second here. Let's go ahead and get more swivels. Like so. Is Upgoer a reference to the Upgoer 5? Yes, it is. That was what was going through my head when I named it. And it was about the only thing that was going through my head when I named it. I just wanted a name, and that was the first thing that came to mind, so... Okay, how much delta V does this thing have? 7,388 meters per second. Now, if I make this even dumber, like, it's already overkill, right? But if I just, like, if I just did something like this, that actually reduces the delta V because it doesn't consider it, but, oh wait, hang on, no. Because all of these need to fire at the same time. Oh, and the delta V stays the same number. Okay, well, anyway. Oh, I should get some struts on this. Why? Alright. Not sure why the other strut did not work, but there we go. Alright. I think we should only need the 2 struts. Household references, you are not going to space today, whatever. So that's fun, I like that. Let's go ahead and name this thing USC Overkill. Because, I mean, let's be real. This has, like... Well, if we go with strictly vacuum... This thing has nearly 7,800 meters per second of delta V. Which is insane. I want more. Because again, I want to go to the Mun and Minmus with this, which means that it's going to be kind of useful. Let's go... It's going to be kind of useful to have that. Also, since we've got the fuel on it, this is going to work. So that gives us nearly 8,000 meters per second of delta V. If this isn't enough to get where I'm going, that's just stupid. Alright, so now let's actually worry about the things that we need to actually do what we want to do. First off, also dumb, but I'm just gonna put a Science Junior on the top of it. Why kill when you can overkill? TM. I guess I need to credit you for that, so thank you FSBWV for the joke. Actually, you know what? I think we'll go with 2 of each experiment, because we should be able to reset them, or like collect the data from them in space. Science lab, huh? Something to worry about later. Mystery goo. Thermometer. What else? That's a radial science junior. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Maybe we do use the radial science juniors, because this thing's kind of more... Oh, they're... Ah, that's big though. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna put a science junior on top. It would be nice to be able to recover it. So let's yeah. How does the science equipment bring us down 500 meters per second of delta V? I mean, I don't think it's accurate because the fuel lines just counted as weight. It didn't actually count the extra delta V that it gives us because they're plumbing into the core stage. Also, I could be even more insane technically. Should I be even more insane? Let's be even more insane. We're gonna add 2 more boosters. Okay, they're plumbed correctly. Now let's make sure that all of this is staged properly. So these 2... Oh wait, no, they're not plumbed properly, they're not. Because that was actually what needed to change for this to be worth it. If we now plumb these into these, so we have now an asparagus setup. And we need all of the engines firing at the same time. First. Let's just make sure that those ones... Yep, those ones separate first, so that's good. We have over 8,000 meters per second of trying to burn a hole in the launch pad. Yeah, clearly. Oh, that's a thought. How much does this thing weigh? I don't think it... 127 tons. Oh, we're close. We're close to the max. But remember as well, like, we are actually trying to land on the Mun. So, like, having excessive delta V is actually kind of good. Because the plan is, I want this stage, this center stage here, to get us around Minmus. And then we're going to get some science data from around Minmus. And then we're going to go around, we're going to go from Minmus to the Mun. We're going to orbit the Mun, and then we're going to land on the Mun, and then we're going to come home. So, is 2,500 meters per second enough to do that? I think it is, because I think you need like 1,100. I could be wrong on that. Either way though, let's go ahead and clamp this thing. How much do clamps weigh? 0.1 tons, we're fine. Although when you're worried about the massive launch clamps, that's when you know you've gone a little bit too far with your rocket. Oh. This is funny, I like it. Just verify that I got the crew on board that I want. Yes, Valentina and Bob, because Bob is a scientist and can reset the Science Junior. Scientists can go on EVA, right? I'm gonna guess that they can. Jebediah's been on EVA around the month, so I do have it unlocked. Oh, that kind of looks slick. Alright, yeah, we'll go with that. And then I think these two should have a slightly different pattern. We'll go with that. For a second I thought that you were talking about the weight of the build limit and couldn't figure out why you were worried. Yeah. Yeah, because obviously I'm playing career, but I mean it would be funny if you could lift launch clamps, but I'm pretty sure you... Is it possible to fly a launch clamp? I don't think it is, unfortunately. Something to experiment with next time I get into Sandbox. I have another Sandbox video coming out fairly soon, hopefully, if I can ever be bothered to edit it. It's recorded though. Anyway, let's go ahead and save the USC Overkill. And now let's get Val and Bob on the launch pad and prepare for launch. Hello, Sandskin Pro, how's it going? You're just in time to catch the launch of the most overkill Mun rocket ever created. But again, we're going to Minmus first. So Minmus obviously takes less Delta V than the Mun in theory. But we're going from Minmus to the Mun as well. Alright. Val and Bob are on the launch pad. This is the largest rocket I have yet launched. I guess let's see how this goes. SAS on. Oh, Val. Oh. Okay. Editing is the worst. Oh, yeah, that's not fun. I mean, to be honest, I enjoy editing, but yeah, if it's not something that you're... I don't know why I'm checking launch windows, it doesn't matter. If it's not something that you're used to and it's your job, yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, throttle up. Ignition. Oh, white. Alright, well. Why are we not lifting off? Did I not... You know what? Hold on. I thought I'd staged this properly. Wow, we just... Okay, flashbang warning. That just turned the whole screen white. I am, unfortunately, from the USA, yes. Oh, I see. Alright. Yeah, because we want engine ignition, and then we want to throttle up, and then we want the clamps to release. We'll go with that. Yes. I am sincerely hoping that Valentina not having the ability to hold in a direction... This rocket costs 50,000. Oh, hello! Turkey, that's cool. Then you're trying to lift the clamp. Yeah, literally. Turkey's cool. My day job, I clean a Turkish Airlines plane that comes into our airport. Kind of cool. They used to fly on a 787. Now it's an A350. Gonna be honest, I kind of miss the 78. ignition. Check the thrust to weight ratio. It's low. Screw it, let's go. We have liftoff. How's that for a shot? Want to go to the USA for flight? Yeah, flights are expensive. I just realized I'm not helping anything by having the Science Junior on top. I was kind of only thinking about space when I built that. Whatever, we'll be fine. Why are we power sliding? Did I not build it symmetrically? Or was the thrust to weight ratio just way too low and the launch clamps actually like hit something? That's very possible. That's very possible. No, the game's... Hang on. So, I don't think your connection is bad. It is on my end. It's not the game, but it is OBS, and I don't know what to do about it. So please, if you know what I can do about that, I would like to make this a better experience for you guys as well. I just don't know how. Yeah, okay, I'm at the part of the stream now where it's doing that. I just have it up on my phone so I can read chat as you guys send it. And I see what you're talking about. No, yeah, that is just... Oh. Get rid of those, and that should give us a lot more thrust to weight ratio, I think. Well, a lot is a relative term, but, you know, we got some more. We got some... I don't imagine we're going to hear those blow up, but also we're only moving at 80 meters per second, so it's possible. No help here. Ah, that's all right. I'll look something up in my free time at some point. Hopefully it is something that I can fix, but to be honest, I do everything on a laptop, so it's very possible that it's just my computer sucks. So I do apologize, though. 2354. I would ask why you're awake, but to be honest, I've been staying up later as well, so I can't judge that. I'm assuming you're speaking like 24-hour clock. It's 15:55 here. Western U.S. Yeah, 14:55 for me. We did hear them explode. That was kind of cool. In the meantime, you guys may notice that Valentina does not quite look like herself, and neither does Bob. And that's because one of the mods that I have installed is diverse Kerbal heads, which gives all of the Kerbals a more unique appearance. It's mostly for the sandbox save, but I do like treating like my Kerbals. I actually like my Kerbals, which seems to be a fairly controversial stance in this game. But I would like nothing bad to happen to them, and they are also, I treat them all as unique anyway, so being able to actually tell them apart is helpful. Okay, we're going to start tipping over here. It's a little bit early. Because ideally you want to be about 45 degrees by about 10 kilometers. I usually aim to get there by about... Oh, we flamed out. Separate those. And that should push our thrust to weight ratio well up. Still only 1.2. Well, that tells you, like, the absolute beast of a rocket that I built. Also, I realize I need this up. you know 15 July turkey? I do not. Enlighten me, please. I'd like to learn. Okay, now we've got a very, very shallow gravity turn. Okay, come on. Come on. Tip over, you can do it. Those sound effects, courtesy of Rocket Sound Enhancement. Give me just a second here. Alright, we're back. Got me nice tequila. It's not, it's water. How's life in the USA? I'm not gonna lie, it's been better. But it's not too bad. Okay, I think we're suffering from the drag right now that this is producing. Because obviously the heat shields are made to slow you down as quickly as possible. We have one on the front of our rocket as we're trying to accelerate through not super thick atmosphere, but not super thin atmosphere either, so... I'm sorry to hear that, FSBWV. Also, I just noticed that your profile picture is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I love it. Okay, the last rocket that I flew, how did I get it to the altitude that I did? Because this... We're gonna flame out on this stage here fairly soon, and this stage has a lot of fuel. Like, this stage should have been able to put us into LKO very easily. We're getting some plasma buildup, which isn't great. Alright, I'm just gonna take my hands off the controls here and see what the rocket wants to do. Nice reference. I like the reference. Okay, this stage should easily have been able to put us at least on a trajectory to get into LKO, and we're not even at the altitude we need to be. That is concerning to say the least. I literally might not have packed enough Delta V in a rocket that was complete overkill because I just flew it so inefficiently on ascent. Alright, well, we'll go for... We'll aim for a 100-kilometer orbit to start from. Alright, there we go. There we go. That's good. That's good. Stop. This looks hilarious. Okay, so we still have 3,800 meters per second of Delta V. I don't know if that's enough. Gonna have to try it though. See what this looks like from inside. There's Bob next to us. Yeah. About what you'd expect. How's our electric charge looking? Yeah, we're fine. Well, the good news is it doesn't seem like we're going to need a whole lot of Delta V to circularize, so that's good. .200 meters per second is next to nothing. You like the interior? I forget which mod adds it. It's not free IVA, which just uses the stock pod and lets you move around it. But I do have free IVA installed. The interior does look pretty cool, though. Oh, did this start? Something I need to check, actually. Have I... Conduct material study. Okay, I actually have done it in space. Alright, there we go. That's a pretty decent orbit to start from. Let's see if we can get to Minmus. So, Minmus is... that's the mon. Here. Set as target. I think we need to burn from about here. Not there. From like here. I'm clearly not correct. What is the ideal place to burn for Minmus? Let's see. Oh. Alright. Let's go with... ah, there we go. That actually gets us a Minmus encounter. Do we need to burn that far? Looks like maybe, yeah. Let's see if we can get a less intensive... that puts us around the Mon, which is nice, but we're not looking for a Mon encounter first. We're looking for a Minmus encounter first. Alright, let's... alright. What is our periapsis around Minmus if we do this? Oops. What's the lowest we can get? Okay, let's... alright. I think 497 might be the lowest we can get. Alright, so let's do that then. About 2,000 hours in KSP, but the best you can do is Mun and Minmus. For some reason you've never been able to achieve Duna. No, I mean, to be honest, Duna is... I mean, it's a different sort of challenge, because you've got the transfer window as well. So you've got to launch at that. You need a lot more Delta V, because... I mean, the thing is, like, you probably don't need that much Delta V to actually get there, but you do need some Delta V to actually, like, have a margin of error. I've landed on Duna before, and I never actually brought them home. They're still on Duna in that save file. I might bring them home, because I had the save file again. I lost it for a while, but I do have it again, so it might be worth bringing them home. But yeah. Alright. Let's see if we can catch the orbital sunrise. Ah, we drifted off the maneuver marker. You can see a thunderstorm down there. That's cool. I guess we're burning at night. This is why I have ambient lighting up. What is our Kerbin periapsis when we finish this burn? Alright, we're still not entering the atmosphere. Good, because I want to get a Mun encounter afterwards. I did not put any communications equipment on this. Maybe I should have done. Also, I probably should have put some of the radiators on, because I'm pretty sure this is just retaining heat right now. Can I see what the temperature is? I can't. Go. burn mostly from the map screen for this, because again, Valentina can't track the maneuver node. I'm not actually sure that Jeb can track the maneuver node either. I know he can hold prograde and retrograde. I think that's about it. So yeah. Shoot, did we just get an encounter that we missed? Yeah, I think we did. Alright. We're gonna turn around, we're gonna face retrograde. We're gonna just burn until we get that encounter back. This is why you need a little bit of extra delta V. Stop. Ah, we overshot it slightly. Okay. Is that... It's glitching. Do we have an encounter or not? Alright, now we definitely have an encounter. Minmus Periapsis is 800,000. You know what? You know what? It's fine. It is absolutely fine. We're keeping this stage attached as well, even though we probably don't really need to. Just gonna run some quick science experiments just to check. Yeah, okay. I think once we've passed the Mun's orbit, we can run the science experiments again. Or I might just already have them done, which would kind of suck, but it's fine. Oh, actually, can I... Okay, a couple things to check. Crew report. Okay. No point running a crew report. Good to know. Let's make sure the landing gear is working. It is. And... see if we can take an EVA report. Yep, we'll keep that. And get back on board. Perfect. Fortunately, you can't stay around. The only schedule that I have is... The only schedule I really have is KSP on Thursdays. Other than that, I upload regularly. I don't stream anything but KSP currently, so... Thursdays around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Mountain Time, so... I could get a better schedule. I'll try that in the future. Sorry to hear you can't stick around, though. Alright. Do you know what? We are obviously not doing this in Y... Okay. For some reason, we no longer have a Minmus encounter. Oh, are we gonna need to orbit the planet once? Yeah, we're gonna need to orbit the planet a full... I hope to see you again as well. Thank you! Yeah, that's gonna be on the next orbit. Check. Okay, well we're getting a money counter, so we might just... What is our Kerbin periapsis? 98. Alright, it's lower than I was hoping. That's okay. Oh, the Mun's gonna throw us off. See, because we were going to get a Minmus encounter. Well, if we burn at the Mun encounter... Yeah, no. Oh, well. Oh, actually, we might not... Yeah, alright, let's try that. Yeah, if we burn at the Mun encounter, then we can get a Minmus encounter. See how far we can push it down. Once again, 400 something. We'll stick at 472. Alright. Alright. Now I guess we just speed up time again. Oh, we could have actually gotten science from space high above Kerbin, but that's alright. Just saw an eclipse pass over Kerbin as well, that was cool. Oh no, the game froze. Oh, I think we're entering the Munsphere influence. That's fine. Electric charge is still fine. Alright. Tell you what, while we're here... Crew report? No point. Well, I didn't plan to be around the Mun quite yet, but, you know, it's fine. You only need 98 meters per second of delta V, so... It's a 5-second burn. Can we see Kerbin behind us? Oh, look at that shot! Can we get... Oh, we can't get both of them quite in frame exactly, but... Wait, how long do we have until burn? Oh, 18 seconds. Alright, we'll do the burn and then I'm gonna get one of the Kerbals out so we can get an EVA shot, because that looks awesome. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Come on, Minmus. Give us... Yes! Alright. Oh, not Minmus escape. The periapsis. Not that periapsis. This periapsis. Shoot. That was stupid of me. I pressed Z instead of Shift. Alright. Rotate around. Stop. We have 40 meters per second left in this stage. Will you stop? Will you please stop? Alright. Five, 4, we're stopping there. Alright. Now, I am going to turn off SAS. Let's... Where's Kerbin? Oh, is it? Yeah, okay. So let's... Yeah, that looks... Okay, that looks cool. What do you guys think? Should it be Jebediah... Or not Jebediah, should it be Valentina or Bob who gets out on EVA? Valentine's the pilot. Let's give her the special seat. All right. Well, we want her to not really be moving relative to it. That's good enough. Now, where are the celestial bodies? Ah. Okay, how do I face her towards me? Seriously, how do I face her towards me? Why, like, she's... Because I would like her to be, like, looking... Can I use, like, I, J, K, and L, H, and N? No. Q and E, R and F? No. Z and X? No. C... Ah, well, C... Okay, C puts me into first person. I want her to look at me. Do you know what? Can I just get into a better position? Alright, you know what? This is good enough. Actually, if we can... Yeah, if she drifts... There we go. That's a good screenshot. Alright. Now let's get her back onto her capsule. Oh, we could also turn her lights on. Not that I think she needs them, but... Actually, does she even have lights? Yes, she does, because look how bright the spaceship's getting. Alright. There we go. Get on board. Get into the seat. There we go. And make sure that we still have a Minmus encounter. We do. Alright. Good. Excellent. We still have 37 meters per second in this stage. Which isn't a lot, but it should be enough. I also want a screenshot of her over Minmus, so... Alright, I think we're about to leave the Mun sphere of influence. Okay, I've pressed M and it froze, so... There we go. Yeah, okay, we're outside of the Mun sphere of influence now. And we are heading towards Minmus. Good. I guess we might as well just warp to Minmus Periapsis. Oh, what's our Kerbin Periapsis? Is our Kerbin Periapsis... It is inside the planet. Alright, so we're gonna need to do a prograde burn once we leave Minmus' sphere of influence. That's alright, though. look at that shot. That's awesome. You can see the Mun. Oh. Alright. We are now in Minmus' sphere of influence. Alright. So, in Minmus' sphere of influence, we have a few tasks to do. So first off, conduct a material study. Keep that. Observe the mystery goo. Keep that. Log the pressure data. Keep that. Log the temperature data. Keep that. Take a crew report. Keep that. Okay, stop. Excellent. Get Valentina out on EVA so she can take an EVA report and also have her picture taken. And once again, not in a great position for picture taking. Because ideally you want to be like equatorial. So seriously, like from a vertical thing, how do I get her to face the camera? Because I, J, K, and L do nothing. Q and D are obviously just rotation. Shift and control are up and down. Caps lock also does nothing. T is SAS, R is... See, like, I want to rotate her up. Nope, stop. No, we're not trying to time warp. Okay, I pressed bracket, which does that. But, like, I want to look at her like this, but then I want to be looking down on Minmus like that. How do I do that? Is there a way to do that? Oh, never mind. Just get an EVA report, I guess. Alright, get her back on board. Get into a seat. And now get Bob out and... collect data, remove data, and restore. Also, can you take an EVA report? Yep. What experiments? I'm guessing that's just talking about the EVA report because Val already had one. Review stored data. Material study. EVA report. EVA report. Obviously, like keep all of them, but oh, he didn't take the. All right, so they've got. There already is a crew report aboard. Also, I did kind of forget about that. Take the data. Board the command pod. There we go. Alright, so now when we leave Mim's sphere of influence, which should happen fairly soon, we're gonna basically need to burn prograde just a little bit. Hold on. From here, how does Minmus look? Okay. So if I rotate the spaceship kind of like so. Alright. Now if I get you out... Where's Minmus? Still freaking below you. I want... Alright, never mind. We won't worry about it for now. Just for now, I guess, put Valentina on board, and now we need to go to the Mun. So let's go ahead and get out of Minmus' sphere of influence. It will not let me time warp. All right. Now we're out of Minmus' sphere of influence. Let's go ahead and go. Let's just point like this, roughly. Why am I not using SAS? That's... Alright. And now we just want to burn until... we have... Alright. So if we now set the Mun as our target, this is obviously the direction we're going. If we do... Whoops, nope, we definitely don't want to be doing that. Do not want to be leaving the Kerbin system. Okay. Okay, that puts us on trajectory to actually encounter it. The Mun, I mean. And then, how low can we get our... Perhaps just around it. Oh, are we going to get multiple Mun encounters on this trajectory? Well, that puts us at 55 kilometers above the Mun, which sounds like a safe position to me. So let's go ahead and maneuver so we are... Yeah, let's maneuver so we are pointed at the node. Excellent. And then we're just going to time warp to it. Obviously, we're 5 days out, so... Our burn time is 1 minute. I don't know if we're going to actually have the delta V margins necessary to orbit and land on the Mun, but we're going to try. Also, one of the screenshots I get is probably going to be If we do manage to land on them, I'm always going to get them out, and that'll probably be the thumbnail for the next stream. How long have I actually been streaming now, by the way? Like 40 minutes. That's not too bad. Pardon me for just a second, I apologize. And we're back. Go ahead and start burning. Separate. And start burning again. So that's now just debris. I don't like leaving debris in orbit, but you know what? Right now I just want to get to and land on the Mun, so we're just going to accept it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Super interesting as well, because it looks like the trajectory that we get on around the Mun is actually going to sling us past the Mun into a similar orbit to the Mun, and we'd encounter it again here. Super interesting. All right. 70, 60, 50. There we go. We've got him on periapsis. All right. Not too shabby. Pretty good. All right. Now let's see how much delta V is going to take to circularize us around the Mun. Oops. How far did that go? Oh, I put us into the Mun. Let's not do that. All right. All right. 774. All right. Oh, I didn't. All right. Well, that's all right. I did not do this properly. We're not pointing the correct direction. That's okay. Oh my goodness. Well, that was cool. We just see the Mun flying at us. Our electric charge is still okay. Let's go ahead and point there. Don't forget, we want to land on the Mun as well, so we actually need to have more than enough delta V. 2100 meters per second. Is that enough to land on the Mun and return to Kerbin? I think it might actually be, you know. I'm guessing Valentina is not allowed to actually progress as a pilot until she lands back on Kerbin. Is that how it works? Because otherwise, I mean, surely she should have a star by now, right? She's been around Minmus, she's been on EVA multiple times. I'm assuming that's how it works. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Do you know what? Because we're here, and I believe this counts as space low to the Mun. Yep, in space near the Mun. Keep that. Lock pressure data. Keep that. Lock temperature. Oh, my mouse broke. There we go. Lock temperature. Keep that. Conduct material study. Keep that. Did I already take a crew report? Crew report. I did not. Keep that. Our apoapsis is insane. And it looks like it's going up, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I see what's happening. Alright. It's fine then. Remember how I said earlier we wanted a diagonal orbit around the Mun? Check that out. Alright. 5 meters per second off, but you know what? That is actually in orbit. We're gonna take it. Where is Kerbin? Is Kerbin like... It's up. Alright. So the other thing I'm going to do... I'm guessing I still won't be able to get the kind of shot that I want to get. Let's go ahead and get an EVA report. Keep experiment. Take data. And board. And of course, without Valentina on board, it just kind of drifts. It's alright. So now, where are the locations that it wants me to... Ah! We're going to be in orbit for quite some time, because we need the Mun to orbit under us if we're going to get those. So do you know what? I don't think I'm going to. We will, however, land. Yes? Or we could land and then try to get a less inclined orbit when we take off. Because we could aim to land like in that crater there. Let's try that. Also, how long have we been in space? 39 days. We're not going to have any of the contracts that we had when we started this. But that's okay. Let's see. Orbit the Mun is done. Transmitter recover science. That's fine. Bring a Munstone back with you. Yeah, alright. We will worry about that when we come to it. For right now, let's go ahead and point retrograde. And let's begin our landing. Alright, let's see. This seems like a pretty good place to start. So, lower it to there. And we're going to go with that. So that's how we're going to start. We want to be very careful using Time Warp near the Mun's surface. Is this the crater that I was aiming at? Yeah, alright. So, let's go ahead and we're going to trigger this into land, into terrain, proximity. And for now, we're going to hold retrograde. We're actually going to start killing off more of our horizontal velocity than our vertical velocity. Because ideally we want to be landing... So this is not the most efficient way to land. Let's be very clear about that. There are many, many more efficient ways to do this. But... I don't care. That's it. I don't care. So... and obviously, like, we keep accelerating because the Mun's gravity pulls us down, so we don't want to be too far from the surface when we actually kill all of our velocity. Because the swivel's pretty powerful, I can probably get fairly close. We also have a pretty good thrust-to-weight ratio with this engine. So... Alright. However, that doesn't mean we want to risk it still. Go ahead and extend the landing gear. Also worth noting, we do also have the monopropellant thrusters that we could use. Oh, in fact, actually... I'm going to use them because we are I might have overestimated the swivel. No, 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 please, please, no, please, no. Guys, I don't quick save. I don't quick save. What did I do? We were doing so well. I mean, this rocket is fine, clearly. What I might do then... So I don't really think I need to actually do much of anything. I just need to fly it better. However, I might... Because... Alright, so one thing I am going to do, I'm gonna take this off. We're gonna move this we'll do that, and we'll just put the same sort of Soviet-style interstage over this. And we're gonna do it also in gray, because that's what all the other ones are. Alright. The Kerbals can still access that, so that'll be fine. However, that does actually change the center of mass, so take this off, get the center of mass overlay up, and move these up to here. Close enough. Turn that off. Reconnect that. And you know what? Just because I am a little bit beat up. Do you know what I just realized? That mission was never going to succeed anyway. That was literally, there was no way that was going to work. Because I didn't have one of these. I flew that entire mission without a parachute. Alright, well, it's not the best, but, you know, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. This kind of killed my motivation to do it again, to be honest. I'm not. I don't know. Tell you what I'll do for now, though. We will go ahead and put a flag on this, I think. If it, yeah, it is. We'll make it a transparent background. And then we'll toggle the flags on this off, because that's better. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys decide. So, should I fly this again or not? In this stream, should I fly this again or not? Why am I letting you guys decide? I'm obviously gonna fly it again. I've kind of lost my motivation. That was, everything was going so well. Everything was going so well. That said, not the end of the world, because like I said, I did completely forget parachutes, which isn't great. So, you know, it could be better. It could also have been worse. Give me 1 second. guys haven't been able to hear me for ages, have you? I apologize about that. I think you could probably hear me earlier, but yeah. That's on me, I apologize. Alright. I apologize for the silence again. This is the second time I've flown this launch, because I failed to land on the Mun, and I'm peed off with myself, to be honest. My own fault. I was just an idiot and thought that the Valiant was, or it's not even a Valiant on that stage, is it? It's a Terrier. Yeah, I doomed myself to failure with that one, but anyway. Okay, we are getting some arrow effects, but I think it's probably fine. We're at 40 kilometers, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to aim for a 100-kilometer orbit again. We'll see what we can do from there. Never mind, I guess, because yeah, we'll just let the core stage burn up. And then because we're pointed prograde, I think we'll actually be able to make orbit just with this. Though we do want to be careful because we are losing altitude. And 17-kilometer orbit is stable in KSP, but it's a bit close to the atmosphere for my taste. Also, yeah, go ahead and turn the throttle off and we'll activate that engine so it knows what to do with us. So you can see here, our apoapsis is falling. And that's because we've still got drag acting on us, because we're still in the atmosphere technically. Okay, so I wanted to set a maneuver node so that we could get a fairly precise orbit. I am not going to do that this time. We're just going to start here and burn. We'll do that when we get to, like, what's our trajectory look like? Trajectory is pretty decent, actually. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and set a maneuver. We'll do that. And I needed to start the burn already. So yeah, just go ahead and throttle up, throttle up, throttle up. Alright. Alright, that is not a great orbit, but it's fine. We don't need a perfect orbit for this anyway. Where is Minmus right now? Minmus is here, set as target, and I think we need to burn like here. Is that right? Like a quarter of the way behind it? Yeah, that seems about right. That gives us an encounter. We might also try... Oops. No, not the escape. I want... Yeah, periapsis. Oops. Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to get a closer approach than that, guys. I'm trying. I'm trying as hard as I can. Oh, there we go. Alright, I take it back. We're getting a bit closer. Alright, I think that's about as close as we're going to get, so we'll take it. We'll go ahead and aim at that. go. Alright. And then we start our burn. In just a minute here. That actually puts on a free return encounter with Minmus, which we don't need because we actually want to. We still want to. It's the same mission profile again, basically. We want to hit them on, but we're gonna try to get to Minmus first. I apparently do not have much. Did I fly less efficiently this time than I did last time? Because we got around... Oh well, doesn't matter. Thing is, I've built excess Delta V into this thing, so it should be fine either way. I guess we're gonna burn this stage out. Oh, actually, do you know what? I may not have flown less efficiently, but because of these, they may have just stolen more of my Delta V than I expected. And obviously the parachutes. So the plan is, if we get a Minmus encounter using just this engine, then we don't actually need to burn with the second one, and we can use it purely to get to and from the Mun. Otherwise, we will need a little bit of Delta V from it. And 20 meters per second is enough that we might actually need to burn our second engine. I think we are going to. Yeah. Alright. So, separate. Go on, separate. Good. And then we don't need much, so... Come on. Why are you not... There we go. Did we get an encounter? We did. It's not a very good one. I would like to be below 1 million. Yeah, okay. Alright. We'll go with that. It's not a perfect encounter, but we'll take it. We still have 2200 meters per second remaining, so that should actually be enough. Yeah. Alright. We good. Let's just check this quickly. Alright. No need doing that. If you guys excuse me for 1 second, I'm going to leave you with the Kerbals. I will be back shortly. Just 1 sec. Okay, and we're back. So, I hope you guys enjoyed your special time with the Kerbals. Let's go ahead and warp to here. Let's have a look at Kerbin in this view. That looks very cool. Let me check the electricity. We're good. Okay, we should have entered Mim's Sphere of Influence now. Here we go. Yep. Alright. Excellent. And let's go ahead and run our science experiments. So, log pressure data. Keep that. Observe mystery goo. Keep that. Log temperature. Keep that. Take a crew report. Keep that. Get Valentina Kerman out on EVA. Take an EVA report. Keep that. Take the data from here. And then board the capsule again. And now run the Science Junior. Conduct materials study. Excellent, keep that. And now get Bob Kerman out on EVA so that he can take the data from here. Collect the data. Yep. And restore. Let's have him take an EVA report as well because he can. Excellent. Take the data from here. Board the spaceship. Board anyway, I don't know what is being removed, but it's fine. Alright. We are good. Alright, we've gotten all of the science from space around Minmus. So let's go ahead and warp to space high above Kerbin. Goodbye, Minmus. We visited you quickly, and now we are on our way to the Mon. But first, we have some science to do just in deep space. Alright, time warp complete. So now, we basically do all that again. So, observe mystery goo. Oh, we've already got high above Kerbin apparently. Alright. Log pressure data? Yep, also done that. Alright. Crew report? Also done that. Val? Get an EVA report? Also done that. Alright. Never mind then. Get back in your seat. You're good. Alright, so if all that's been done, then let's go ahead and get them on a course for the Mon. So, item maneuver here. Let's see. Where's the Mon? Not that. Okay. We want to aim for as close to equatorial as we can. Oops. Looks like this burn is not going to cost as much. Let's try to get... We'll aim for... You know what, yeah, let's aim for the same orbital height we had last time. Also, let's go ahead and set... Let's go ahead and set the Mun as our target. So we can kind of better see what our trajectory is. Okay, nope, not that. Alright, that's almost perfect, actually. What's our periapsis there? Alright. So let's go ahead and point towards our maneuver node. And it's a 124.2 meter per second burn. 18 seconds. So that is next to nothing. That's one of the cheapest burns we're going to perform. And then it occurs in... Well, okay, it occurs in 5 days' time, so let's go ahead and time warp. There's Kerbin. There goes the Mun, and I guess we're going to get it on the next orbit. Wait, how long does it take the Moon to orbit Kerbin? Alright. Well, in... Alright. Trying to keep Kerbin in frame for you guys, but it's not the easiest thing. Also, I think the Mun is currently behind Kerbin, so can't see that either. And can we see Minmus? Can we see Minmus? Oh, we should be off to the side, like there somewhere? Well, Minmus is very small, so we might not be able to see it. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and burn. Alright, let's go to the map screen so that we can see. Oops. Okay, we'll go for a 40-kilometer periapsis this time. And we actually kind of have it. So let's go ahead and turn SAS off so that we've got some electric charge conserved. And then let's go ahead and time warp to... Let's time warp to high in the Mun sphere of influence. Warp here. This is actually a longer spaceflight even than Jebediah went on. Because Jeb just came out to the Mun, entered its sphere of influence briefly, and then went back to Kerbin. Val and Bob have now been around Minmus and are on their way to the Mun, so... Alright. Couple things I want to test in space high above the Mun. Crew report. Yep, that's what I thought. And I think we also got an EVA report, but again, I just want to be sure. So, EVA reports. Yes, alright. Good. Alright. So now... we're going to go to our periapsis. We're going to circularize around the Mun. Alright. Go ahead and point towards that. Excellent. Time warp to it. And then we have a spaceship to land. So this is going to take 498 meters per second to circularize. That's not too bad. I don't know how much delta V we need to actually land is the issue. I'm hoping it's not too much. We entered one of the areas that we need to actually check. That's alright, we're gonna be circularizing around the Mun anyway, so that should be fine. Our orbit doesn't really pass around them. Once again, the Mun will orbit underneath us, but orbit. It will rotate underneath us. Look how good the Mun looks with parallax installed. I've got the terrain settings on medium, not high or ultra, so it's not like as perfect as it could look, but it looks pretty good. Alright, getting ready to initiate the burn into low Mun orbit, and from there, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, in fact, what's our parameters around Kerbin? 4, 3, 2, 1, initiate. Parameters around Kerbin no longer matters because we are capturing around the Mun. I'm actually kind of throwing us off here a little bit, and that's intentional. I'm trying to put us into a slightly more equatorial orbit around the Mun, and I think that has actually worked. $100, 80, 70, 60, 50, 44.39. Not bad, we'll take it. So now we want to run a lot of our experiments again. We're going to observe the mystery goo. We'll keep that. We're going to log the pressure data. Keep that. Log the temperature. Keep that. Take a crew report. Keep that. Get Valentina on EVA once again. Take an EVA report. Keep that. Also, take the data out of here. Get on board the spaceship again. Get on. Good. Now, I want to be landing during the day, so we are going to time warp past this a little bit. Oh, and obviously we want to do the material study as well. Excellent. Oh, shoot. That's on recovery. I don't think we have anything on board that can transmit data, do we? Not that it matters. Alright. Oh well, we can take the data from it because it's obviously that's going to burn up on reentry with the landing can. That's all right. Let's go ahead and collect the data from it. Remove, restore. Take data and board. I should have put an EVA experiment kit on this spaceship. You know what? It's fine. Okay, warp around to here. We're going to try landing again, and we're going to be a bit more careful about it this time because now I know we are sort of... Well, our thrust weight ratio isn't super high. What is it? It's 4.85. That seems high, but I guess to kill the amount of velocity that I was trying to kill, it's just not. Alright. We'll go with, you know, we don't need to land anywhere super flat. We'll go with that. Alright. Time warp down. Okay. Let's go ahead and start killing off velocity here because we want to be careful. We don't really want to be in a position where we have more than 100 meters per second as we approach the ground. So let's go ahead and start burning here. Remember, we do have excess delta V, because this should be plenty to get us back to Kerbin. I hope. I could actually be wrong. But we also have RCS, and if push comes to shove, we also have Kerbals. So... that remains a possibility that we have, that we could exercise, and I'd rather not, but we can. It's an option that we have. Alright. We're below 100 meters per second, so we're going to try to keep it there. Alright, we're no longer below 100 meters per second. Go ahead and extend the legs. Just 79 meters per second. Is that enough? I don't know. Alright, we're nearly down. Nearly down. Nearly down. Okay, let's try to keep it below 10 meters per second as we descend. this is such an inefficient landing. No, stop. No, we're going back up. I want to go back up. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. Can we get back up? Come on. Come on. Get back up. Get back up. Alright. You know what? It's fine. We can probably... We're gonna get Valentina out. Look at this! We are on the surface of the Mun in freaking career mode. Alright, I need to get a screenshot of this. So let's put her here. Can I get... Alright, I need to get her farther away from the spaceship so I can get... Actually, do I need her farther away from it or closer to it? Closer to it. There we go. There we go. That is a good screenshot. Let's go ahead and get her... I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and plant the flag of the CAC. There we go. Alright. Mun landing! Oh, apparently I have caps lock enabled. Mun landing! First Mun landing of the CAC. Yeah! Take an EVA report. Yes. Alright. Come back over to... Not the flag. Okay, now Bob, I want you to... Take a crew report. Excellent. I want you to run the material study. Excellent. I want you to get out. Get off. Good. Now you have a job to run. You are going to... Oops. You're going to collect the data from here. That's fine. And then you're going to restore it. You're going to take the data from the temperature. You're going to take the data from the barometer. And then you're going to run all of these experiments again. Keep that experiment. Observe mystery goo. Keep that experiment. And log pressure data. Keep that experiment. And then you're going to take the data from them one more time. And you're going to take the data from the spaceship. Excellent. You are also now going to do nothing, apparently, because you cannot take a surface sample. Alright. Alright, let's get you over here. Switch over to Valentina again. Alright. Well, I'd like their... See, because I kind of want... I want a shot like this. Alright, so if I get... Alright, if you come over here... And if I get... If I get you over here like so... Actually, do you know what? That's a good screenshot there. Alright! Now... We want... We can store data, we could take data from her. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that. Switch over to Valentina. And let's try to get the spaceship back up, right? So we yeah, we landed, but it's not great. Oof. Whacked her head on the spaceship. Alright. We might not be able to get it to stand perfectly upright then, but I think we should be able to lift off. I think. Oops. We do some flying here. All right, yeah, let's just put her back on the spaceship. Oh no, I don't want you to climb it. I want you to... All right, come on. Come on. Grab. No, not climb. Grab. There we go. Okay, board. Into your seat. Good. Switch over to Bob. Let's get him inside as well. But actually, before we get him inside, let's see if Valentina can actually get it. Oh boy. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, this could be a problem. All right, well, tell you what. Let's get Bob on board, and let's try to Excellent. Well done, Bob. Super dangerous in reality, obviously, but you know, he's a Kerbal. He's fine. Okay, that is Val's seat, so get in here. Good. Alright. Now... Alright. I don't think we're going to be able to do this. Also, what exploded? Also, the barometer. Okay, that's fine. Okay, how much monopropellant do we have? Not a whole lot. We've burnt through almost half of it. Guys, how am I going to get this thing off the mon? Okay, get up. All hatches are obstructed. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Get out. Get off. Okay, no, get off, get off. So the mon's gravity is just a little bit too high for what I was planning to do, which is, a little bit of a problem, actually. Can this... Yeah, it doesn't have any pilots on board. However... Oh! Alright, well, she's now stranded. They're both now stranded. You know... Alright, well, since they're both stranded, we might as well just leave this here. So, in the next video, I guess we're going to be recovering these guys from the surface of the Mun. So, look forward to that, I guess. We're not getting any... Oh, we did orbit the Mun, so I guess we'll get that science, but other than that, we're not getting any science for this, so that's good. Alright, well, this went well. Now, where the hell is Kerbin? I guess it's up. Guys, I've misplaced the planet. Oh, there it is. Alright, that's going to be the end of this one here, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, then please consider dropping a like and subscribing. If you've already subscribed, you're one of my favorites. I love you. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, so thank you so much for joining me for this one. If you're someone new, then please consider sticking with me. I get stream every Thursday, and I upload whenever I have a video available. There should be one coming soon. So, yep, that's the end of this one here, though. In the next video, we will be coming back to the Mun to save these guys. Yeah, that's where we're going to leave this. See you in the next one. Bye. Let's see if... okay, before we close the stream off, let's see what we get for this. Because we did orbit the Mun. That is at least something. We also landed on the Mun. Not that it matters if we can't recover the... We need to actually recover the spaceship, or the Kerbals, at least. We don't need to recover the spaceship necessarily, but we do need to recover the Kerbals in order for this to work. Anyway, what do we have now? We have 766,000. Do you know what? I'll take it. We also have 49.5 science, so yep, we're going to need to build another spaceship before we can... unlock anything in R&D. So that is actually where we're going to have to end. So that's it then. Thank you guys, and